Hi challengers, this is Ashley Mock, one of your coaches. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about fat versus muscle. So this is a pretty hot topic, and you might have noticed some changes in your body on the system that maybe aren't reflected on the scale. So your coach, your own personal coach, might have told you this already. Don't trust the scale. So don't live by the scale. I know, especially as women, that's something that we're used to doing in all of our weight loss journeys for our entire lives. We live by the scale. You can't do that on this plan. The reason is that a lot of the changes that you're going to find are occurring on the inside. So you might have also heard about the changes in visceral fat that will be happening on our plan. The studies that have been conducted when compared to the quote-unquote heart healthy diet. So because of those changes and the conversion that you could be experiencing to lean muscle, you're not going to have all of your progress reflected on the scale. So that's an important thing to remember. So about fat versus muscle. So we talked about the scale. So let's say you get on the scale and you haven't budged. You're the same, exactly the same. That's the important part where you need to take into account your measurements. So for instance, in my own journey, I saw some movement in weight at first, not a whole lot. Most of the movement that I saw occurred in inches. So every single week when I would measure, I saw big movement in inches, not a whole lot in weight. One of the reasons was because I was working out pretty heavily. I would do CrossFit. I was doing CrossFit at the time. I was shedding weight like crazy as far as inches go, but because of the lean muscle that I was building that was replacing that weight, it wasn't reflected a whole lot in the scale. So, you know, my own personal journey that I mentioned, I went from a size 16 to a 4 to 6, and I only lost 40 pounds. So that doesn't seem like a whole lot as far as going from that big size difference, but it definitely changed the way my whole body looks and feels. My muscle tone has increased a lot. And, you know, as the picture that you'll see right here, this woman that you're looking at, she was the exact same weight in both pictures. And you can see exactly the differences in her body that she experienced because she was building lean muscle. Here's an example of what 5 pounds of muscle looks like compared to 5 pounds of fat. So there is a misconception out there that muscle weighs more than fat. No, it doesn't. It's just like 100 pounds of bricks weighs the same as 100 pounds of feathers. It's just that it takes up much less room. So that's really what we're trying to accomplish, is replacing that fat with lean muscle. You're going to see huge differences in your body as far as, you know, inches lost. But don't be discouraged if you don't see a lot of changes in as far as weight goes on the scale. Now, that said, you know, if you're used to eating a lot of calories, you know, 4,000 calories a day, for instance, and then all of a sudden you're taking in 1,300, which is the typical plan, you're going to see weight loss. Same with if you have 100 pounds to lose compared to somebody who maybe just has 15 pounds to lose. You're going to see movement really, really quickly. So be realistic with yourself. It didn't take you, you know, 30 days to put on the weight that you're trying to lose. It's probably going to take more than 30 days to take it off. But really give yourself credit for the other changes that you're experiencing with your body and recognize those, and that'll help keep you on track. Hope this helped. Thanks, guys.